A$AP Rocky found not guilty in felony assault. Trial as rapper tearfully tells jury thank y'all for saving my life. The rapper jumped over the railing to hug his family and partner Rihanna after the first not guilty verdict was stated. A$AP Rocky was found not guilty in his felony assault trial. On Tuesday, February 18th, the jury acquitted the rapper, who was accused of firing a semi-automatic handgun at his former friend and AP mob member, AP Relly, in an altercation in November 2021, of two charges of felony assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Before the verdict was announced at Los Angeles Clara Shortridge Folt's Criminal Justice Center, each jury member agreed the outcome was their individual true and correct verdict. After the first verdict was cited, Rocky immediately jumped over the stand to hug his mother, sister, and partner Rihanna. He also told the jury, "Thank y'all for saving my life. Thank y'all for making the right decision." The judge also thanked the jury for their time. "We cannot have jury trials without folks like you." Rihanna also expressed gratitude following Rocky's acquittal, writing on her Instagram stories, "The glory belongs to God and God alone. Thankful, humbled by his mercy," she added with a praying hands emoji. On Friday, February 14th, the defense and prosecution concluded their closing statements, and District Attorney John Lewin asked the jury not to be swayed by Rihanna's presence in the court. "This is not something you're allowed to consider," Lewin told the jury in downtown Los Angeles of the pop star and the couple's two sons, RZA, 2.5, and Riot, 18 months. "We are all responsible for what we do," he continued. "I want to make sure that no matter how famous his partner, no matter how cute his kids are, no matter how much they giggle during closing arguments, he needs to be treated like any other person, because in the end that's what he's entitled to." The fashion killer rapper, 36, turned down a plea deal from prosecutors and opted for a jury trial instead of pleading guilty to one of two felony charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. He is facing up 24 years in prison if found guilty. In opening statements, Rocky's lawyer Joe Tacopina claimed the rapper was carrying a prop gun in the case of potential threats. "For Relly, it was never about justice. It's about a man seeking a profit from a fabricated narrative," Tacopina said. "Rocky has nothing to hide here." Meanwhile, the prosecution team recounted the events leading up to the altercation, claiming that Relly showed up thinking they would just argue and it would repair their relationship. "This is not a complicated case," Perzelamic said in his opening statement. "The defense will turn in an alternative explanation to what happened that night. We ask that you do not leave your common sense at the door." During closing statements, which began on February 13th, the prosecution claimed that the gun was a prop gun, illogical and absurd. Meanwhile, the defense told the jury there was inconsistencies in Relly's story, and he lied to your faces. "Everything that doesn't come from Relly shows you that this is not a real gun," he said. Since January 29th, Rihanna has shown up to the trial on several occasions to support the rapper. In January 2024, Tacopina told reporters that the "Praise the Lord" rapper was cool as a cucumber after his arraignment. He also said Rocky was ready to get the trial over with so he can start enjoying his family. At a November 2023 hearing, Detective Frank Flores took the stand, and new surveillance video was unveiled where two loud pops, which the prosecution team claimed were the alleged shooting, were heard but not seen. More footage was shown in a prior hearing that month. After reviewing the footage during the investigation, Flores claimed that Rocky had a gun in his hand during the altercation. Under cross-examination, however, he revealed the gun was never recovered. Meanwhile, the two shell casings that were recovered from the scene by Relly and turned into police 2 days after the altercation had no fingerprints. At the previous hearing, a photo of Relly's minor injuries was displayed in the courtroom. The photo showed small patches of raw, bloody skin on the knuckles of his index, middle, and ring fingers on his left hand. Relly filed a civil lawsuit for assault, battery, and emotional distress against Rocky. On August 10, 2022, Rocky has denied all claims. Relly claimed he was struck by bullet fragments after the argument and said in court that he sought necessary medical attention at a hospital in New York City. While on the stand in November, Relly claimed they were really cool before tensions started because Rocky found solo success and became big-headed. The night of the altercation, days before Rocky was headlining Complexton, Relly said he overheard Rocky bad-mouthing him on speakerphone to another friend and decided to end their friendship. Relly told the court in November 2023 that he later spotted Rocky with his two friends, Elijah Alonga Appeals and Jamil Phillips AP12, in front of a parking garage on Hollywood Boulevard. Surveillance video shown in the courtroom appeared to show Rocky walking toward Relly and shoving him. The surveillance footage with no sound then showed the group of men involved in an altercation. Rocky turned around and shot at me, Relly claimed. It all looked like a movie. He also testified that Rocky shot 3 or 4 more times at Relly, who said he used Appeals as a human shield. Rocky was arrested at Los Angeles International Airport on April 20, 2022, and released on bail the same day, according to the Los Angeles Times, and finally has been found not guilty